I'm hungry. What's for dinner tonight?
What's with you all of a sudden? I was going to make pasta today, but I have to work late.
Huh? Working late again?
It's my job. There's nothing I can do about it.
You're always making excuses for work, work, work. I bet you don't cook half the month. Not only cooking, but housework too.
Don't be rude. I do all the housework. It's because you don't do anything.
Huh? Well, excuse me for being so useless. So, what am I supposed to eat today?
There's leftovers from yesterday in the fridge. There's prepared food in the freezer, so you can eat whatever you want.
What's that? How could you treat your husband like this?
I'm not doing anything wrong. If I could go home, I would, but I have work. If I don't work, we can't make a living.
Are you trying to say that my income is low?
I didn't say that. I'm saying that we have to work together as a couple.
Yes, I understand. I can take care of myself, okay? It's too much trouble to go home and eat dinner alone. I'll just go out and get something to eat.
If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'll do my best to get home as soon as possible.
My adorable sweetheart.
What? What's up with you all of a sudden?
I always call you that, don't I?
What? Are you drunk?
Yeah. After work, my co-workers and I decided to go out for a drink. We talked a lot and the drinks just kept on coming. I'm in a great mood. I'm in a happy mood, so I texted you.
You drank a lot in a short time.
I'm not saying I've been drinking. I'm saying I've been made to drink. Sorry about yesterday.
What?
I was supposed to go on a date with you, but it didn't work out. My wife said she made my favorite food and insisted me to come home. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
Make it up to me? What are you going to do?
What do you want, sweetheart? I'll make your wish come true.
Really? Then can I ask you to buy me a luxury brand bag?
If that's what you want, sure. But please do it within the budget.
What if I tell you I want a new bed?
Oh, that's great. I can sleep with you too. That'll be great. Oh, or maybe we could go on a trip together. How about a night at a luxury hotel?
Yeah? Why a luxury hotel?
It's got a course menu and a luxurious spa, and we can go shopping in the hotel. I think it would fulfill all of your wishes.
And then, what are we going to do? What about the night?
You don't have to ask me that. I know what I'm going to do. We can sleep in the same bed.
Well...
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to it. That's why I want to see you right now. Since I didn't get to see you yesterday, maybe I should go to your house now.
That's not a good idea. Your wife would get mad at you, right?
My wife? I don't care about that. Of course you are more important. I'm not interested in my wife.
Really? Why not?
Because she's old, and you are more attractive. She's a workaholic. She's not even cute. She got chubby after marriage. It'll be embarrassing to be with her.
Is that so? Then why don't you leave her?
I married her for her money. She works hard like crazy. She makes a lot of money, so I can have a good life.
I see.
If it wasn't for money, I'd have divorced her in a second. Money is the only thing that attracts me to her.
But isn't she working hard for you?
That's not true. I think she loves her job. So I'll have her work hard and give me an allowance.
Is that so?
And I think I'm in love with you, Ashley. You're the most attractive and you satisfy me. I really need you.
I see.
So, can I come over today?
What do you mean?
I'd fly there right now for you, Ash. I miss you so much.
When was the last time you were here?
I stayed there 3 days ago, right? I'd like to see you every day if I could.
Thanks, but you're married. I think you should go home, okay?
Ashley, what's wrong with you? You always accept me right away, don't you?
Yeah, but that's cheating, right?
It's not cheating. I really love you, sweetheart. You know how I feel.
Well then, if you want to divorce your wife, fine.
Divorce?
Yeah, if you divorce her, that will be great.
Then I will. I'm getting a divorce.
Are you sure? You're not lying?
I'm not lying. I'm serious.
You are?
Yeah, I'm divorcing her.
If you're divorcing your wife, fine.
Okay, I'll be there later. I hope you're waiting for me in your underwear. Amy, I suddenly have to go on a business trip.
What?
I got into trouble with a client.
You got in trouble?
Yeah, it wasn't me that got into trouble. It was a junior colleague. My boss decided it would be better if I went with them to apologize. So I'm going with them.
I see. It's tough and it's not even your fault.
It'll probably be about 4 days.
That long? Even you're just going to apologize?
Besides taking care of the trouble, I have a business meeting with a different client. My boss gave me an order to go along with him. He expects a lot from me, you know?
It's a lot of work, isn't it? Are you going to LA?
Yes, I am. Why?
No, it seems like a big job, so I just thought maybe LA.
You have good intuition.
I love LA. I wish I could go with you.
Don't be stupid. I'm not going there for fun. I'm going there with a big responsibility.
But isn't 4 days a long time? Normally, if there's a problem, you'd solve it at once and report it to the company the same day, right?
Maybe that's the case at your company. I told you I have other big responsibilities.
I've never had to go on a business trip before.
What's with that tone? Are you accusing me of something? How many years do you think I've been working? I've grown up in my own way.
I see. So where are you going to stay?
I'm going to ask one of my clients to recommend a nice, inexpensive hotel.
I see. What personal items are you bringing on your business trip? I haven't prepared anything.
I can take care of that on my own. It's work, so at least I can just buy what I need there.
I understand. If it's work, you have to go.
And you know what? I don't think I'll be able to contact you for 4 days. After all, it's my guy's troubleshooting, so it'll be serious. If we upset our clients, we'll be in big trouble. I'm going to turn off my phone.
Is that so? I've got a very busy day ahead of me. Just in time. Don't worry about it.
I see. I'm glad my business trip coincided with just the right time.
Me too.
Amy! Amy, are you awake? Answer me.
Oh, good morning. What's wrong?
What's wrong? I'm home and I can't get in. Open the door.
What house?
What the heck are you talking about? The house where we are living.
Was there ever a house for you?
Huh? How long are you going to joke around? I don't have time for this. Just open the door.
I bought that house, so it's not your house. Did you forget?
Huh? I have been living here all this time, haven't I? What are you talking about? Even though you bought it, it's also my house because we're married.
What are you talking about? You see, it's not part of the property division if you bought it before you were married. So it's not your house.
Oh, you are such a pain in the neck. I don't care whose house it is. Just open it up.
Did you just get back from your business trip? Back in the morning?
Yeah, I just got back from a business trip. It's work, you know.
I wonder if it's possible to go home in the morning from work. So, how was LA? Did you have a good time?
You know, how could I enjoy it because it's work? I just went back and forth from the office to the hotel.
Yeah, why didn't you just go have fun? You stayed at a luxurious hotel. What a waste.
Why would I stay at a luxury hotel when I'm on business? Stop joking around. Just unlock the door.
I can't do that.
Hey, how long are you going to keep screwing around? I'm serious. I'm getting angry.
I can't even unlock that house.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm selling that house, so I gave it up to the real estate agent who's going to take care of it. So they could have changed the locks right away. Anyway, I think the real estate company is taking care of it now.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm selling the house. I mean, 4 days was a lot of moving and paperwork. The place isn't too bad, so I'm sure it'll sell in the near future.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. You can't open the door, can you? The house is too big for one person to live. With the money from the sale, I'll be able to live without any problems for the time being. I've decided to take the plunge and sell it.
I never heard you say anything about that. Why are you doing such a selfish thing?
I bought the house in my name, so it's up to me what I do with it, isn't it?
I don't understand. But anyway, I have to get to the office as soon as possible. What about my clothes?
In the first place, you were supposed to come home yesterday, right? This happened because you left in the morning.
It's not like I have a choice. It's my job.
If it was work, you would have packed your work clothes, right? Why don't you just wear what's in your suitcase anyway?
I can't wear the same thing for days.
Yeah, a polo shirt, chinos, and sneakers. It's not really business attire, is it?
What? How do you know?
Because I did all the housework by myself, you know. I can easily tell which clothes you took. Don't underestimate a housewife.
Whatever. Anyway, unlock the door. Seriously, I'm late for work.
I've been telling you for a while now. I can't open that house anymore. The nameplate on the front door, it's gone, right?
Oh, yes indeed, it's gone.
Right? I've already moved out and given it to the real estate agency.
What? Where did you move?
I can't tell you that. I asked the real estate company to find me a good place.
What do you mean? What happened to my stuff? Don't tell me you threw it out.
Oh, about your stuff? I sent it to your parents' house.
Huh? My parents' house?
Yes. I told them what happened and showed them the proof. So your parents agreed with everything.
What do you mean? What proof?
You once drunkenly texted someone when I had to work late, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You sent it to me by mistake.
What? What do you mean?
Sweetheart, right?
You... How did you get that?
You texted to the wrong person.
What?
You weren't interested in me at all, so you didn't notice anything. Like, I'm going to Ashley's today. I'm going to make up for not being able to go on a date with you. I'm divorcing my wife. I married her for the money. If it wasn't for the money, I would have divorced her right away.
Oh.
Her name was Ashley, and you call her Ash. It was easy to identify her because you even included her nickname.
You're kidding, right? Did I send that message?
Yes, you did. You really didn't notice?
No way.
Besides, I got a sneak peek at your phone when you were sleeping after you came back from that sleepover.
Huh? You did that?
I was very nervous indeed.
That's illegal.
You were in deep sleep, so you didn't notice at all. I opened your phone and the pictures came out and out and out and out of you guys eating ice cream together, sitting in a park bench. There was one where you were bathing together, cuddling in bed. Your texts and these pictures are the proof.
And you showed them all to my parents?
Yes, I did. Because they would be surprised if I suddenly sent them a huge package, right? That's why I talked to them well in advance. Your father was furious and your mother was crying on the phone. I feel so sorry for them.
You're really a bad person.
I don't want to be told by you.
Now I'm totally late for work today. Worst day ever.
I don't care if it's the worst day of your life. Just make sure you show up for work. I sent you divorce papers and a demand for alimony by content certified mail, so...
Huh? Divorce? What do you mean?
What? You know what I've been talking about, don't you?
You never said anything about divorce.
Well, you said so yourself. You said you were leaving me. That's why I gave you what you wanted. I was a wonderful wife to the end, wasn't I? Hurry up and sign the divorce papers.
Wait a minute. Why divorce? And why did you send it to work?
You know the reason better than anyone. Besides, you said you couldn't be reached due to work for 4 days. I was in a hurry too, so I mailed the whole package to your office. You'll see them today, right?
You... Don't be silly. How do you think I'm going to look to people at work?
I don't care anything about that. It's what you wanted, right?
And of all people, you want me to go to work dressed like this?
I don't care about that either. You could have come home last night ready to go as planned. It's your own fault, isn't it? Why don't you ask Ash for help?
What kind of person are you?
You have no right to complain to me, because you're the one who betrayed me. I've saved all the photos and text messages for proof. I don't think there's anything you can do about it now.
Oh no, I'm in big trouble.
You made a mistake in sending the message, and that's why I'm going through with the divorce. I'm very grateful for that. I knew you were going to be traveling, so that made it easier for me to move forward with the divorce. After you left, I moved and got the real estate paperwork done. I even took a paid vacation. It was a very busy time.
Without consulting me? Why did you do this?
Why? You said you would stay at Ashley's if you divorced. You said you'd be happy to do it. That's what made me make up my mind.
That's because I was drunk, right? Not too much to say when you're drunk, is it?
But you promised me a divorce.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
In case you're wondering, I called the company and you even lied about the business trip, right? You promised Ash a trip. You even took a paid day off to have fun with her, didn't you? At a luxury hotel.
I know you're skeptical, but it's really a business trip. I voluntarily went to LA to negotiate a deal with the client.
And yet you stayed at a luxury hotel? If you went on a business trip at your own expense, how could that be true? Besides, did you forget that I work for a tour company?
No, I mean...
You were the one who told Ashley to stay at the luxurious high-class hotel.
You said you work for a tour company, but you work in an office. You have no idea where I stayed.
When you work for a tour company for a long time, you develop a network of business partners.
What?
The local staff was kind enough to send me a picture of you too. You're stupid, aren't you? You booked the room under your real name so I could look you up right away. Well, that was convenient for me.
I didn't know you could do that.
Only for you, of course. You enjoyed a course meal at the hotel's restaurant. You went sightseeing during the day and then went shopping after that. In addition, You stayed in a very expensive room, didn't you? That room is popular among newlyweds, isn't it? And I heard you said you wanted to commemorate your first year of dating.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. You're a dirty person.
Which one of us is dirty? You cheated on your wife for a year. That's disgusting to hear. Thanks to you, I have more evidence, and I'm grateful for that.
Oh no.
Yes. I've made sure to charge alimony from Ashley too.
You're kidding, right? You're going to get her in trouble.
I don't care. She deserves it. She works in the same company as you, right? I couldn't find out her home address, so I had the invoice sent to the company as well.
Seriously? The whole company would know. What a mess you've made.
So you'd better get to work. Go to work dressed as you are. I've sent the documents to your boss to make sure you get them.
Huh?
I called your company to ask where I should send the documents, and your boss said he would take care of it. It would be rude to send them to the wrong person, wouldn't it?
Hey, Amy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done. I'm not divorcing you.
Really? But I'm really going to get a divorce, so don't apologize. We're going to be strangers anyway.
Oh, no. Will you please reconsider? I'll work hard and take care of you.
No, that's not necessary, as long as you pay me alimony.
I'm sorry. I won't cheat on you anymore.
It's okay. As long as you divorce me, I'll let you be with whoever you want to be with.
Amy, don't say that.
I have worked very hard. I worked a lot of overtime to make up for your low income. Even when I came home tired, I worked on the housework without a break. On my days off, I never complained about you going out to drink. I worked hard to do the housework that I couldn't do on weekdays. Have you ever thanked me for that even once?
Amy.
What's the point of being married if you're just going to make it hard for yourself? I'm fed up with you.
Don't say that. Just give me one more chance, please. I don't know what my parents will say about this.
I'm sorry about your parents, but it's not my problem anymore. Why don't you and your parents just decide what to do from now on?
Amy, please.
Anyway, don't get involved with me again.
At least come with me to the office one last time. What am I supposed to look like when I go to work?
I don't care. I told you it's none of my business anymore.
Oh no. What the heck am I supposed to do?
After that, Tom went to work in a white shirt and chinos, his traveling style. His boss, who had mostly been told about the situation by me, scolded him, and Tom's face turned pale, and he couldn't even say anything. As word of the affair spread throughout the company, Ashley left the company early and has not been seen since. After that, it seems she disappeared. Did she have somewhere else to go? Tom's affair was exposed and Ashley ran away. He resigned from the company because he couldn't stand the cold stares from those around him anymore. He had no place to live. His parents coldly rejected him, and he even lost his job. He is now living by working part-time while moving from one friend's house to another. Incidentally, his parents have paid the alimony on his behalf, so I have the money in savings. I don't care what happens to him in the future. I am enjoying my single life, having found a nice apartment near my office. If I ever get remarried in the future, I would consider buying a house again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have something important to tell you. Do you have a minute? It's a serious matter, so please listen to me. What is it? You're asking what it is? You're so dull, Tina. Don't you understand? I don't understand. What is it this time? You sure are a dull woman. I'm talking about grandchildren. You've been married for 3 years now. I wonder when I'm going to see my grandchildren. I want to have a child, Dolores, but Gerald and I are both too busy for that now. I know Gerald well. He's working hard at his workplace. It's your job to support your busy husband. But you're not busy, are you? You said that you're just too busy with work and so on. But the truth is that there's something wrong with you, and that's why you can't get pregnant. I'm working too, and it's true that I'm busy. There's nothing wrong with my body. I understand what you were trying to tell me, Dolores. But as I said before, I have to take care of my own mother who's sick. I'm really busy on weekends since I need to visit the hospital and my parents' house. You know what, Tina? You don't understand at all. You're already 35 years old. If you don't hurry up, it will be too late. You don't have time to worry about your own parents. Why don't you at least go to the hospital to make sure there's nothing wrong with their body? You don't have to worry about me. I've taken the related checkups a few times before. You mean your body is fertile, right? Then why can't you have a child sooner? To have a child, it's like to receive a gift from God. So it's not something you can just say and get it right away. Don't you dare to argue with me, young lady. Besides, I heard from Gerald that you've been slacking on your house chores lately. I heard that you've been feeding him frozen meals too. What are you doing? You're not doing your job as my son's wife. I always tell you to make homemade food for the sake of Gerald's health, remember? I don't want my son to stay married to a wife who doesn't cook. I'd like to cook for him every day, but both of us sometimes have drinking parties at our workplaces. Even if I make enough for both of us, there are times when we can't eat. So I make use of frozen leftovers and prepared foods. For your information, they're not instant foods. It's better that way because there's less loss. It's called homemade batch cooking. Oh dear, I think you were just trying to make some excuses for not cooking. You mean your body is fertile, right? Then why can't you do it sooner? Oh, I know why you can't get pregnant. You're eating unhealthy food. That's why you can't have a baby. You seem to be calm and obedient, but the truth is that you aren't a good wife at all. I understand everything about you now. Dolores, I don't think you understand me well. I'm doing most of the house chores at home. Gerald only helps me to take out the trash. I'd appreciate it if you can tell him to help me more with the house chores. What? You're making my son take out the trash? That's terrible. Are you trying to control Gerald? It would be embarrassing if any of the neighbors saw him in that state. Nowadays, neighbors don't even bother to look at you when you take out the trash. Besides, I'm the one who takes care of the other house chores. Gerald could at least take out the trash to help me, right? It's only natural that you do all the house chores. You shouldn't have asked Gerald. You should take out the trash too. I think it's normal for men to do house chores. It's not like the old days. Even so, I'm the one who's doing most of the work. I don't want to hear such excuses. That's the kind of guts you have. That's why you'll never have kids no matter how hard you work for it. It's not that I'm dissatisfied with Gerald, you know. I've been on many overnight business trips lately, so it's hard for me to communicate with him. But I'm doing what I can, and I love my husband. Instead of thinking about how to solve the problem, all you do is just complain. You should be more mature. Gerald makes more money than you, so he's in a different position. Your most important job is to give birth to a child. That's all you can do. You can't even afford to pay for checkups at the hospital because your salary is low, and you're getting selfish because of your low income. I'm just trying to be realistic. You need money to raise a child. Besides, I have to take care of my mother. You're not your mommy's little girl anymore. You're now my son's wife. Your birth mother is now a stranger to you. My mother is not a stranger to me. You're not making any sense, Dolores. You don't have to go every week to take care of her. Someone else will do that for you. If you have time for that, go work on having a baby. Think about your priorities. My father died and my mother is all alone. I want to support her. I'm the only one who can do that since I don't have siblings. Don't be cheeky. I'm a single mother too. Your mother isn't the only woman on her own. It's time you showed some filial piety. What will you do for me? I want to show filial piety to my mother, who has raised me up this far. I'm her only daughter. Besides, my mother never told me to have a child as soon as possible. What are you trying to say to me? I raised your husband, Gerald, to this point. You should be more grateful to me than to your own mother, since you were able to marry him because of my hard work. That's true, but I know my mother's not feeling well right now, so I'd like to go see her, even if it's just for a moment. Are you telling me that your top priority is your mother, and you just want to ignore me? I wonder if she's really sick. Maybe she's just pretending to be sick to get your attention. I wonder if you inherited your selfish personality from your mother. I can imagine what kind of person she is by looking at you. She must be horrible. If she would just go away, you could concentrate on your pregnancy. Please stop it right away. How dare you wish for my mother's death? You're the worst human being. You've hurt my feelings. I think you should apologize to me. Why should I apologize to you? I'm only telling the truth. Don't act so delicate. If you're going to be hurt by every little thing like that, you'll have a hard life ahead of you. That's not the point. I think you've gone too far with your words. Oh well, talking with a strong-willed wife like you is exhausting. Don't skip out on proper prenatal care. That's the only thing you're capable of doing. When you get pregnant, let me know as soon as possible. You got that, Tina? How's it going? Are you pregnant? Tell me quickly. I have an announcement to make to you, Dolores. I can't believe it! At last! You've really made it! My first grandchild! It's the grandchild I've been waiting for. Please don't talk about that now. My mother passed away this morning. Oh, is it so? I was so excited since I thought that I was going to have a grandchild. I'm so disappointed. Are you serious, Dolores? Is there anything else you want to say to me? I can't wait to see my grandchild. That's all, nothing else. Did you hear what I just said to you? I told you that my mother died. I just lost my one and only family member, and you don't even care about that? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that it happened so suddenly. I was surprised. I'm sorry to hear about your mother. But she was sick all these times, so I'm sure that you were ready for the worst case. Anyway, you'll be fine. You can now concentrate on giving birth. I'll make sure I love my grandchildren on behalf of your mother. Don't worry, you're not stressed anymore since your mother is now gone. I'm so happy for you. You can have your baby now. Get back on your feet soon. I'm sure your mom, who's in heaven now, would be happy to hear that. By the way, I'm sure you'll be fine once you have a baby. Come on, don't be slow. Grandchildren. That's the only thing you care about. What's the matter with you? I'm not some sort of machine that can produce children. Are you out of your mind, Dolores? What? I was just trying to cheer you up. What a horrible thing to say. You're the one who's been mean to me. You're not cheering me up at all. You're doing the opposite. You don't care about my mother. You don't care about me. You only care about yourself. What's wrong with you? You're a failure as a wife and you're not cute. It can't be helped that your mother passed away. There's no way she'll come back to life. We're the only family you have now, so you should take better care of us. Be more gentle or we'll leave you alone. What do you mean by leaving me alone? I'm telling you that you might be divorced. You should be grateful for my kindness. I'm protecting you. I don't understand. You don't have to protect me, Dolores. I can take care of myself. You can't have children, so you can't complain about divorce, can you? You're just a strong-willed woman with no redeeming qualities. How dare you talk like that to me now, when I'm so weak because my mother just passed away? Silence! Don't make such a tearjerker appeal. You're so gloomy. Anyway, you need to give birth to a child or you'll be thrown away. You'd better remember that. How can you remarry when you're 35 years old and you've been thrown out of the family house? Gerald is just 3 years older than me. So what? It's a different case for men. Gerald can just remarry a young girl. It won't be a problem at all. He can still make babies even when he's 60. I'm sure he'll be able to leave behind his excellent DNA. That's enough. I'm tired of this meaningless conversation. I have funeral preparations to go through, so I won't be able to contact you for a while. I don't have to go to the funeral, do I? Please don't come. I don't want to see you at my mother's funeral. Never. Well, you won't get the money then. I don't need a penny from you. I don't need flowers too. Just leave me alone. Goodbye. If you're pregnant, let me know first. Promise me. I'll say it one more time. To give birth to a child is the only thing you're capable of doing. I can't think about having a child for a while. I'm not in the mood for that. That's all I'm going to tell you. What's that? Are you making fun of me? Don't be such a bully. I don't care if anything happens to you. How's it going? Have you calmed down? How can that be? It's only been a week. I heard you took some days off from work to go back to your parents' house. I got a call from Gerald. What do you think you're doing? You're being selfish. I told Gerald that I'm going home for a while because I have to clean up my parents' house and attend my mother's funeral. He said his room is a mess and the laundry is piling up. How could you abandon the house chores just like that? You should at least come home to do your chores. My parents' house is a plane right away, so I couldn't. Besides, it's only for Gerald, so I don't think it's a great deal. He just has to do the house chores on his own. That's your job as his wife. Making your husband to do the house chores is what a selfish wife does. You can't have children and now you refuse to do house chores. What's the matter with you? I've told you that I couldn't. I'm getting sick from all this talk. Anyway, I need more time to take care of the stuff here. I'll call Gerald to let him know. You don't have to. I'll go to your house to do the house chores since I got the spare key with me. You don't have to take care of Gerald. I don't care about a useless wife like you. I'm his mother. I'll do it for my son. What? You can't just come in with a spare key. It's trespassing and it's against the law. I don't think so. Gerald gave me the spare key, so it's legal. I felt sorry for him, so I told that I would go to help him. He thanked me for that. Do you have any idea about how bad the situation he's in right now? I'm the one who understands him better than you. You know what? I've been quiet all this time, but I think it's the time for me to tell you. What is it? You don't get it at all. Your son is cheating on me. About 6 months ago, with a young girl in her early 20s. It all started when I was away from home to take care of my mother. When Gerald was taking a shower, I happened to see his cell phone on the table, and I saw the definitive message. So I don't think I can get pregnant for a while. So, what's with the snickering over something as trivial as that? Gerald did an awesome job. Huh? Because it means he's popular with young girls, right? As his mother, I'm proud of him. That's how attractive he is. That's wonderful. Are you kidding me? Complimenting a son who cheats on his wife. You must be out of your mind. You don't have the right to say those things. You're in trouble. I don't care how you look at it. That girl is a hot young woman, not an old married woman like you. If you apologize for what you've done, I'll be happy to take your side. Will you change your attitude? Well, you have to promise to live with me and take care of me anyway. If you don't promise, you'll be alone in this world. Let me think about it for a while. My mother just passed away, and I'm having a hard time getting the house in order and sorting the stuff. I'll let you know when I make my decision. Still talking about your mom in this situation? Come on, just make things quick, okay? If you don't do it soon, I'll live with that young girl and Gerald. See you then. Dolores, the packages with my stuff inside have arrived and the sender is you. I got rid of all the stuff in your room, so it's empty now. I was so surprised to see all those junk. I filed your divorce papers too, so we're strangers now. I'm so glad that I don't have to talk to people like you anymore. That's a big help, thank you. What? Thank you, Dolores. I'm grateful for that. What? What do you mean? Of course, it's because I wanted a divorce. Actually, I've been telling Gerald that I want a divorce, but no matter how many times I asked, he didn't listen to me. I'm so glad that I'm now divorced. Gerald refused to get a divorce? That's right. Why? You're the one who refused to get divorced. You're not so tough after all. And you're not cute too. Refuse to get a divorce? Don't make me laugh. I would never do that. I wanted to end the marriage with him so badly, I couldn't help it. You know, Gerald didn't want to divorce me because he wanted me to take care of you and so on. My mother was going through a difficult time, and I was exhausted both mentally and physically. I was very busy at that time. I put off divorcing Gerald until later. I never thought that you, who had been my enemy, would be on my side, Dolores. You deceived me. You should learn to listen carefully when others are talking to you. I was the one who's been cheated. Knowing that, I can't have a child with a person like your son. Oh, I lied about one thing. I wasn't trying to get pregnant at all. What did you say? Besides, the house that Gerald and I lived in was in my name. Now that we've safely divorced, I'm going to sell it as soon as possible. Then I'll start a new life on my own. Huh? There's no way you can afford such a big condo. That's not going to happen. I used the inheritance I had when my father passed away. If you look into it, you'll see what I mean. By the way, Gerald didn't pay a penny for it, but he seems to have told everyone around him that the condo is in his name since he wants to look good in front of everyone. In reality, it's mine. I was wondering why I got married to such a jerk, so I'm glad that you gave me a push to divorce your son. But you've been living together in that condo until now, so it belongs to both of you and Gerald. We can split the property 50-50, so the half amount when the condo is sold is mine and Gerald's, right? Please learn a little more before complaining, Dolores. Don't you know? Inheritance is not subject to property division. So I'm free to do whatever I want with the house I bought with my father's inheritance, which I paid for entirely out of my own pocket. Oh no. That's not all. I won't keep quiet anymore. I have all the evidence of the affair. What evidence? You were out of the house most of the time to take care of your mother. While I was away from home, I got a video from a surveillance camera. It was so weird. Can you believe it? I got a perfect shot of Gerald having fun with his girlfriend. I even took a screenshot of his WhatsApp conversation with that woman. You planned all of those? That's not fair. You can say whatever you want to say. It doesn't hurt or itch. I'm going to make sure that I'll get my money. Besides, Gerald doesn't have any savings, and he has some hidden debt since he's not good at managing his finance. It's going to be tough for him from now on. That can't be true. I won't allow you to make fun of my son. He said he's got a promotion recently. What? I'm the one who got promoted. Gerald is just an all-year-round walker with no title. I have a better salary and a higher position than him. Well, I think he just wanted to show how cool he is. The truth is that he's so bad at work that he did a lot of careless mistakes. I'm sorry that I've told you the truth. Gerald's one and only good personality is just to show off how cool he is in front of others. That's a lie! Oh, I'll send a content-certified letter about this affair to you too. I'll also send it to the girl with whom Gerald is having an affair and to Gerald's company. I have to make sure everyone understands. Do that and you'll be all alone. Don't worry about it. I want to part ways with someone who's nothing but stressed to be with. With the money from the sale, I have decided to renovate my parents' house and move in. I have a lot of friends in my hometown, and I'll never be alone. I'll definitely be at peace. It's been hard since my mother passed away, but I've realized how important it is to have someone to lean on. I also realized something else important. What do you think it is? It's how bad the personalities of my ex-husband and ex-mother-in-law are. That's enough. Do whatever you want. I'll live with Gerald and his girlfriend. I'm happier than you. I hope you'll be happy. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. Gerald said that he will never take care of you when you need care in the future. That's why he was trying to force me to take care of you. It's terrible, isn't it? He's your own son. By the way, I checked with a detective agency. The girl he's cheating with seems to be having fun with all kinds of people. It seems that she's also after Gerald for his money. So what will happen if the girl finds out that Gerald doesn't have much money? I'm sure she'll dump him right away. That's fine. Gerald will remarry someone nicer right away. Don't worry. Anyway, all I want is to have grandchildren. That's it. And last but not least. What? There's more? Well, about that grandchild you've been pestering me about. The reason why we couldn't have children is actually because of Gerald. It's called male infertility. Seriously? I told you before that I went to the hospital, didn't I? There was nothing wrong with me. I was healthy. I asked Gerald to have some checkups at the hospital just once, and it turned out that he was the cause. His high pride got in the way, and he absolutely did not want to be treated. He never went to the hospital after that. It's not true that Gerald was the main cause. Is that even possible? It's not a lie. Why don't you ask him? They say about half of all infertility cases nowadays are caused by men. Then what about my grandchildren? What will happen to them? If you have Gerald to work hard and get some treatment, you might be able to have one if you're lucky enough. Also, if you have a partner who will work hard with you and your son. Gerald is a proud and stubborn man. I don't know if he'll ever go to the hospital. Are you saying that I won't be able to hold my grandchildren? Oh my god, isn't it your fault? You didn't even feed Gerald properly. This is too much to bear. It's been my dream for so many years. You're always talking about yourself. That's why your son abandons you. Soon you'll be alone in this world. What? Alone in the world? What do you mean? Gerald would never abandon me. But when I told him about the sale of the condo, he turned pale and rented an apartment to live with his girlfriend before you found out. He told me that you're a nagging, constant presence and annoying. He did? Where's Gerald? I'll talk to him. I'm sure you're lying. Well, I don't think I should tell you where he is without his permission. We're strangers now. I don't want to get involved. Tell me where he is. Are you sure you want to behave like that in front of me? If you make me angry, you'll get in trouble. You filed for a divorce on your own, right? So what? Do you have any idea about what will happen if you file for divorce on my behalf without my permission? Did you do it knowing what the consequences are? It's possible, right? It's a forgery of documents. It's a crime. A crime? No way! You can't threaten me like that. So if I sue you, I can get alimony from you too. That's not true. You're scared, aren't you? You're ignorant. But well, I wanted a divorce too, so I won't sue you. Don't scare me. You should be thankful. We are already strangers now, so please don't get involved with me at all in the future. Wait a minute. What goes around comes around. I'm so glad I didn't get pregnant with Gerald's child. What a poor child to have such a wicked grandmother like you. Well, good luck anyway. Bye. Please don't contact me again, okay? Wait, I apologize. Don't leave me alone, please. My ex-mother-in-law was left alone, abandoned by her own son, who was also a heartless and unfaithful man. Because of her bad character, not only was she unable to halt her desire for grandchildren, but she seemed to have few people she could call friends. I don't know where she is now, and I don't want to know. I live freely in my beautifully renovated parents' house and remarried after falling in love with a classmate I hadn't seen in a long time. Sometime later, I got pregnant, and now my belly is big and heavy. My recent husband is very kind and supportive, so I feel very happy. This time, we can create a happy family together. In this house where I lived with my mother and father, my husband and I, together with our unborn child, will create new memories.
Hey, Olivia. I was wondering how the preparation for Emily's wedding is going. Keep in mind that I won't forgive you if you ruin my daughter's wedding.
Yes, we are making progress little by little, but I want to be there for my father as much as possible, so we haven't finished the last meeting yet.
Huh? You don't have to be with your father. Ask someone else to watch him until the wedding is over.
Melinda, my father is in the hospital. He's not in a very good condition.
So?
I asked John to tell you about it.
Yes, he did. But you're already married and part of our family. We need you to prioritize our event. It's my own daughter's important wedding.
I understand that, but my father keeps calling my name. I can't leave his side.
You want your father to go away so badly?
What?
Because it sounds like that's how you're putting it. It's like you're saying that he's going to heaven any minute now.
I don't mean it that way. But looking at his condition, I can't say for sure that he won't. I'm sorry, but could you go to the meeting at the wedding hall?
Huh? What? Are you trying to ask me to do your job?
I just want to ask you to do me a favor. Just this once.
Oh, I can't do that. I have a reunion trip starting tomorrow, so I'll be away from home for a few days.
What? At a time like this? Emily's wedding is coming up soon, you know. She's coming home from far and won't be able to go to the meeting, so I was relying on you.
Are you asking me not to go to the reunion trip?
The situation is what it is, so I have no choice. Please, I really can't leave my father's side.
Your father is in the hospital. If something happens, the nurses and doctors will take care of him. You're not going to be of any help.
That's true, but after my mother passed away, my father raised me by himself. He is very important to me. I can't leave him alone when he's going through such a hard time.
Stop nagging. I've told you many times, you're my son's wife. What I tell you to do is all that matters. Anyway, you should proceed with the meeting at the wedding hall.
Melinda, please.
I'm planning to return for my daughter's wedding. I'll leave it to you until then.
Hey, John, you have a minute?
Hey, what's up? Did something happen to your father?
No, he's a little stable now.
Oh, thank God. You scared me.
I just got a call from your mother.
Huh? My mother again? What is it this time?
She said she's going on a reunion trip tomorrow and she'll be gone for a few days.
What? At a time when Emily's wedding is just around the corner?
I only have one meeting left at the wedding hall. I was going to ask her to go, but she can't.
You can't count on her, you know?
I guess not. If you don't mind, could you go to the meeting? Everything is almost done. They just need to have a final check. I have to get this one right for Emily, who's coming back from far away. A wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Well, I'm sorry my mother is always pushing you to do too much at a time like this. She is self-centered and always been a person who puts her own schedule first. I can't rely on her at all. It's not worth counting on.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll take care of the wedding meeting, and you take care of your father, okay?
Thank you, John.
So, how's he doing?
He's a little stable, but they say it could happen at any time.
I see. If you stay with him, he might get better. Take good care of him.
I'll do that. I'm sorry to have you go on the meeting right before the wedding.
What are you talking about? Dad and Emily both know exactly what you're going through. They understand, so don't you worry about it. Hey, Olivia! Answer me! What are you doing at a time like this? Olivia!
Hi, Melinda.
Today is Emily's wedding, you know? What's going on that she didn't show up on time?
Don't you know anything about it? John and your husband were both trying to contact you. Have you heard anything?
There were several incoming calls, but I suppose it's not important, is it?
My father passed away.
What?
He was stable, but there was a sudden change of condition.
What? Is that so? I haven't heard anything about that.
I think it was more like you refused to listen. John and your husband were repeatedly calling you, trying to let you know the schedule of his wake and funeral.
Oh, come to think of it, there were many missed calls from them. I was with my old friends the whole time, so I didn't answer the phone.
Didn't you think it was strange that they called you so many times?
I was feeling excited about my reunion trip, so I didn't even think about it. Besides, I was so preoccupied with Emily's wedding.
Wedding? My father passed away and you're thinking about a wedding?
Why not? The wedding has been planned for more than half a year now. It's terrible that your father is gone at a time like this.
No one can predict that. It's terrible to talk like that. I can't forgive you even if you're my mother-in-law. My beloved father is gone, and talking about a wedding is insane.
Put Emily's wedding before your father's funeral.
What?
Or else, I'll have you divorce my son right away.
Divorce? A wedding and a divorce during my father's funeral. What on earth are you thinking? How can I attend a wedding when I have to go to my father's funeral? I'm sure John feels the same way.
What on earth are you and John thinking?
Excuse me?
My daughter is finally getting married. Even though she lives far away from here, her family lives here. She's coming all the way back home to get married because we are here. And you want to ruin it because of your father's funeral?
What are you talking about? It's beyond insane.
Besides, we're inviting a lot of guests. What are you going to do with them?
About all the people we have invited? Your husband, John, Emily, and her fiancé were all calling the guests to notify the situation last night.
What? Emily too?
She's already at the funeral home.
What? What do you mean? She's getting married today.
Emily's always been concerned about my father. She's been asking me how he's doing even before she left her home to come back.
She did?
Yes. She told me that she couldn't have a wedding with my father in such a state. I was very sorry.
You should be. My daughter's wedding is ruined because of you. What are you going to do about it?
But she rushed to my father's hospital as soon as she returned home. He was already unconscious by then. After she discussed it with her fiancé, they decided to postpone the wedding.
Huh? Postpone? So you're saying there won't be a wedding?
No, it's postponed, so it will be held on a different date.
What have you and your father done? I was looking forward to my daughter's wedding. I even bought a dress.
Emily said that she couldn't just ignore my father's kindness. Her fiancé said the same thing to me. Also, his parents came to the hospital as soon as they heard from him. They said that if that's the case, they can postpone it.
What? His parents came too?
Yes, they attended the funeral. All my relatives came to my father's funeral. They said it was good because they had originally cleared their schedules for the wedding. I think my father would have been happy too.
Wait a minute. So I'm the only one who didn't attend your father's funeral?
Yes.
What? I should be the first one to know, and why didn't you tell me?
I told you that John and your husband tried contacting you several times. You were the one who didn't answer the phone or even reply, remember? There was no way to let you know.
And all your relatives are there, aren't they?
Yes, except you.
Then tell me where it is, because I'll be at the funeral home right away.
No, thank you. You tried to put the wedding before my father's funeral, and I don't think my father would be pleased.
What are you saying? Are you trying to say that I'm not entitled to go to the funeral?
My family and other relatives are furious.
Well,
in the first place, you went on a reunion trip right before Emily's wedding, and you left all the wedding preparations to me, knowing that my father was in the hospital, and we couldn't even get in touch with you about my father's funeral. Do you think people don't feel anything about you after all this?
The plan for the reunion trip was already made, so there's nothing I could do about it.
Emily had been planning her wedding for a long time, but she said she couldn't possibly have a wedding while my father was unconscious. She decided to postpone it immediately.
She did such a thing?
I don't want you coming to the funeral because you only think about yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Olivia, wait a minute. John, what's going on? You should at least call me. I'm worried too, you know. Emily's wedding has been postponed without telling me. Olivia is rude and says she doesn't want me to come to her father's funeral. What the heck is going on? You really are a selfish mother, aren't you? I knew it before, but I never thought it was this bad. You knew her father was in the hospital, right? Well, yeah, but I didn't know it was that bad. Don't lie. I'm sure Olivia has told you everything. You're the one who forced her to go to Emily's wedding's meeting and then went on a trip. What were you thinking? Don't talk to your mother like that. I just went on a reunion trip that had been scheduled for a while. I'm saying that's insane to begin with. Even if there wasn't a funeral, you knew that Emily had a wedding coming up, didn't you? And that she would be returning home right before. Yes, I did. So? Then why were you traveling for the reunion? Isn't it the mother's job to welcome her daughter back home before the wedding? That's true, but... You're the mother who put everything on Olivia and didn't know any of the details of the wedding, right? Well... Her father was the one who owns the ceremony hall.
What? Olivia's father?
So he was doing his best to give Emily the best wedding possible. They had the best staff for the day. Do you know why?
Why?
Because he didn't think he could come on the wedding day. He didn't want to ruin Emily's wedding. He prepared the best staff instead of himself not being able to go. And he sent me detailed instructions via WhatsApp from his hospital room.
Really? I didn't know any of that.
Emily knew about it too, of course. So when she found out that Olivia's father wasn't feeling well, she rushed to the hospital as soon as she got back home and immediately decided to postpone the wedding. Emily and her husband's family were very grateful to Olivia's father, so his family wanted us to postpone the wedding as well. And on the other hand, what were you doing?
I didn't know anything about it. Besides, isn't it natural to look forward to your daughter's wedding?
Of course we were all looking forward to the wedding, but something happened that made her want to postpone it. What do you mean you didn't know? Don't be ridiculous. You knew Olivia's father wasn't well, yet you forced her to do everything and you went on a trip.
It's not that. It was something I really needed to do. You have to understand that.
I never thought well of your selfishness, even when I was a child. But I gave up on you because you are my mother. But I can't forgive you this time. You're disgusting, you know that?
How could you say that to your mother? You better take that back.
Fine. I'm going to break off the relationship with you. I don't want you bullying Olivia anymore. Don't you ever come near us again.
John? What do you mean by breaking off the relationship? Are you saying you're leaving me?
That's right.
John, wait a minute. Let's just calm down and talk about it. Melinda, that's all from John. He says he doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh no.
You were the one giving him orders. There's no way that he would say such a thing. Melinda, it's not only about you. Emily is also going to break off the relationship with you too.
What?
She said there's no way she can be a daughter to someone like you, who is as selfish as you are. If you continue this behavior, their own marriage will also be ruined. So she wants to break up with you before the wedding.
Even Emily is like that? Olivia, you better fix this. It's all your fault, isn't it? You canceled the wedding for your own reason, and this is what happened.
Melinda, don't you get it? It's that kind of thing you made John and Emily want to break off their relationship with you. Don't you realize that?
You're so cocky, daughter-in-law, you know? Your father passed away because you didn't take good care of him. If you had taken good care of him, he would have lived longer. After all, it's your fault that this happened.
You didn't even come to visit my father. What do you know? Do you know how much he suffered? You don't know anything. I can't forgive you.
I'm the one who can't forgive you.
You really are scum. I heard that you called it a reunion trip, but actually, it was an adultery trip, wasn't it?
Huh? What kind of nonsense are you saying all of a sudden? Don't be ridiculous. What makes you think I'm having an affair?
I have plenty of evidence.
What?
In fact, your spending habits and selfishness had been bothering your husband for some time. He always suspected you of cheating on him. Your selfishness was getting to the point where he couldn't take it anymore. Before you went on that reunion trip, he hired a private detective.
What? A private detective?
He showed me some photos as evidence, and that's definitely you in the photos. This is why you didn't even reply, no matter how many times your husband and John tried to contact you. After all, you didn't care about my father.
That's not true. I never had an affair. There really was a reunion.
But this time too, the evidence is perfectly clear. It seems that you and your adulterous partner stayed at the hotel with a luxury spa.
Oh, that's enough. You really know about this.
Of course I do. We've got a professional looking into it. If you think I'm lying, shall I tell you the name of the hotel?
Stop it. Does my husband know everything?
Of course he does. It's your husband who asked the private detective to look into it. All his doubts for you are clear now. And there's also the matter of John and Emily. So he said he's going to divorce you.
Divorce? Why should I get a divorce? It's all your fault, isn't it?
Why am I to blame? I heard that the affair had been going on for several years. You were withdrawing money from your husband's account every time you met secretly. He was very angry about that too.
What? He found out about it?
As for the money, he found out a long time ago. Don't you think that's why he decided to ask a professional for help? He is now going through divorce proceedings with his lawyer.
What? He's already that far along?
He seems to be very determined. He must have been very disappointed in you. Everyone in the family felt sorry for him.
That's a lie. You're my daughter-in-law and you didn't do anything about it?
What? I'm not in a position to interfere in his relationship with you. This is between you and him.
Wait. If he divorces me and the kids cut me off, I'll be all alone, won't I?
That's what will happen, isn't it?
Olivia, you have to convince everyone. If you tell them, they will change their minds, right? Please do so.
No. All three of them seem determined. I don't think they'll change their minds even if I talk to them.
That's your duty as a daughter-in-law to do something about it. I'm in the biggest crisis of my life, okay? Do something about it.
You must be joking.
Huh?
You disrespect my father who was ill and suffering a lot, and you were on an adulterous trip. Besides, do you think I would help you who tried to force me to go on with the wedding?
What are you saying?
I cannot forgive you for the rest of my life. I believe that your husband, John, and Emily made the right decision.
Olivia, don't say that. What will happen to me now if you don't help me?
Well, I think it's exactly as you imagine.
I don't want to. I don't want to live my life like that. I'm sincerely sorry about your father. Olivia, I'm sorry. I'll change my mind from now on. Please, forgive me. Please, save me.
I told you before, didn't I? I cannot forgive you for the rest of my life. So I would like to break off the relationship with you too.
Oh no.
I will block all your contacts after this text conversation.
Olivia, don't say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I still have a lot to do with my father. I have to run. I'm sure you'll hear from our lawyers soon. Please take care.
Wait, Olivia!
After that, the divorce proceedings were difficult because of Melinda's obstinacy. However, she finally gave up because she had all the evidence of the affair and the evidence of using her husband's money. The divorce was officially finalized without her husband giving her a penny. Melinda had used all of his savings, so he had nothing to share with her. She had to leave the house with nothing. Melinda was left penniless, and her adulterous partner had also simply abandoned her. She had no choice but to seek help from her relatives, even those who knew what happened at my father's funeral. They coldly told her that they did not want to have anything to do with a dishonest person. Even so, she was able to get money to rent a house through the kindness of her relatives. I heard that she is now living alone in a small old apartment while working part-time. 10 months after my father's funeral, Emily was able to have a wedding ceremony. The staff of the wedding hall, who worked under my father, put his will into the ceremony and made it wonderful. Emily and her fiancé and their families were very happy. I am happy to be able to give my father a happy report. John and I will be moving in with John's father, and the three of us are now living a peaceful life together.
Hey, Mom, are you busy? I have something very important to tell you. Oh my God, if it's for my sweet Anne, I'll make time to listen even if I'm short of time. What's wrong? Can you lend me some money? What are you going to use it for this time? I can't afford it, but if it's for your sake, right? How much do you need? A little more this time. You know, don't be surprised. What? Is it such a surprising amount? I'm getting nervous. Okay, I'm ready. How much do you need? Well, I'd like $70,000 if possible. But if that's too much, please give me the close amount to that. What? That's a lot. It's not for clothes or jewelry, is it? What's the money for? Well, it's hard to say, but I still wanted to keep it a secret. That's a lot of money, so you can't just keep it a secret. Be honest with me, sweetheart. What's going on? You didn't demand for this much amount before. Actually, you were talking about moving in with us, weren't you? Oh yes, I remember I slightly mentioned that last time. But you guys have your own lives and you don't have to take it seriously. I'm not talking about moving in, don't worry. I talked to my husband and he said he knows a real estate agent who knows a great, inexpensive place for us to live. I'm sorry that I can't let you live together with me and my husband, but it would be easier for you to come and go if we live nearby. How sweet of you. I'm so glad to hear that, Anne. Is there really such a good deal? It took me so long to find that property anyway, but I have no regret, since I want the best for you, Mom. I'd feel safer if you lived nearby. I'm so lucky to have such a lovely daughter like you, sweetheart. Oh, I'm flattered, Mom. By the way, I look forward to living near you. When is the deadline for me to prepare the money? I'm going to help you move out, so you should have it ready by then. You're even going to help me move? That's just as I expected of you, my lovely Anne. I wish your sister Samantha were as sweet and kind like you. You're a good example for her. Oh, Mom, don't expect that. Samantha is poor and she's just jealous of me. Well, of course she's jealous of you. Your husband is receiving 6 figures monthly salary. Samantha can't make that kind of money for the rest of her life. And you are smart to marry such a rich man. You're the champion in life. I know. I have more money than I can spend. Are you jealous? Yes. I'm proud of you for marrying such a rich man and being happy. And as your parent, I couldn't be happier. Anyway, if I move to your neighborhood, do I have to say hello to your husband's parents too? I don't care either way about that. All I care about is you, Mom. By the way, what are you going to do with the house you currently live in? I wonder what I should do with this house. If I move to a new house, I won't need this house anymore, right? Oh my God, Mom, you're so mean. I think you forgot about Samantha. Oops, sorry about that. I totally forgot about your sister. I don't want her staying at my house forever. What do you think I should do? Samantha, I have something important to tell you. Now? I can't, Mom. I'm too busy with work. It's more important than your work, so I can't wait until you finish your work. What? Can we have the conversation after I arrive at home? I wish I could wait for you, but I don't want to waste my time. Yeah, I can't wait until you come home. Geez. Okay, I'll call you during lunch break then, so wait for me. Sorry to keep you waiting. So, what's up? Is everything all right? Oh, you finally called me. You're late, Samantha. You're late for everything. By the way, can I borrow some money? Seriously, Mom? You went out of your way to contact me knowing I was at work to ask for money? I'm so dumbfounded. What now? Shopping? A trip to the spa? We can talk about those stuff after I arrive at home. It's not about leisure, my dear. This time, it's a huge thing. Really? So, how much do you need? About $36,000. Or even half of that will be fine. What are you going to spend that much money for? Why are you asking for that huge amount of money all of a sudden? It's for the surgery. Yes, the cost of the surgery. Surgery? Mom, you're so proud of being a strong and healthy woman. What surgery? I'm going with you to the hospital and ask them to tell me the details. Calm down, Samantha. It's not me who's gonna take the surgery. It's your sister, Anne. It's not a life-threatening surgery, just some sort of cosmetic surgery for her appearance. Huh? Cosmetic surgery? For heaven's sake, why don't you tell her to ask the money from her rich husband? He's receiving 6 figures monthly salary, isn't he? You don't have to ask me for the money. Anne wants to do it without telling her husband. I don't think so. The other day, she was bragging that she got Botox because she begged her husband to pay for it. Don't tell me that Anne is now obsessed with beauty-related stuff and is pouring a lot of money into it without telling her husband. No way. Anne is beautiful just the way she is. I want to give Anne something as a gift to thank her for all she's done for me. $36,000 for a token of gratitude? Are you kidding me, Mom? I'm serious. Anne and her husband are rich, right? They would laugh at me if I don't give them a present of that amount. It's been almost a year since they got married, so I want to celebrate that as well. It's not a bad idea, is it? Oh gosh, you disturbed me at work just to ask me to send you money to make you look good? This is important, Samantha. So, are you going to lend me the money? I can't give you that much money, but sending Anne and her husband something for their anniversary is something I agreed to do. Huh? You can't afford $36,000? Of course I can't. That's a big sum of money. What am I supposed to do to get those money? Gambling in Las Vegas? This is why you are useless. Then how much can you afford? It's a gift, right? At the most, I can give you about $3,600. Isn't that an amazing amount for a gift? $3,600 is a lot of money for a person like me. That's all you can give? That doesn't add up to anything. What do you want me to do then? You want me to give you more? I've worked so hard to save that $3,600. Why can't you understand me, Mom? Considering your income, that's hard work, but it's for your little sister. Don't be reluctant to pay out. You should at least pay out your entire savings. You don't have to do that much for a gift. Why don't you and I pool our money together and come up with a present that fits? That's not a good idea. We definitely need $36,000. That's impossible. You're not a good daughter and all, and I'm very disappointed in you, Samantha. You're single, you live at home, and you don't even have any savings. I don't know if you're just stingy or poor. I feel sorry for you to receive such a low monthly salary. Don't be rude. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm just a steady saver. Yeah, whatever. How much can you afford then? For your information, $3,600 isn't enough. Oh, really? I tried my best, but I changed my mind. What do you mean? I won't pay a penny. Never. Feel free to do what you want to do, Mom. I have nothing to do with this. Wait, Samantha. That's not fair. That's not good enough. Show me that you're a good daughter by paying for your sister. I've been thinking about it for a while. You always look down on me. You have no love for me. What? Don't be so condescending. You know I'm busy, but you call me and ask me for money without caring. When I tell you I don't want to pay, you curse me. You love my sister more than me. I'm not trying to patronize you. I'm just saying that I want you to learn from Anne and be kind to your parents. Is giving money to my sister considered as being kind to my parents? Anne isn't my mother. You are my mother. I was worried that something bad had happened to you, and now you're talking like that? You've never showed me that you care for me. Not even once, Mom. Not even once? No, that's not true. We celebrated as a family when Anne graduated from college and when you got a job. I know that's because Dad said he wanted to. You were against that at that time. I don't know why you would say I was reluctant. I was thinking to celebrate with you too. Well, it doesn't matter now. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it's an urgent matter, so it can wait. What? Samantha, you're going to pay me soon, aren't you? I'll talk about it later, including whether or not I'll pay you. You're just trying to get me to go along with this. It can't be helped. I understand. By the way, I'll be working overtime work today, so I'll come home late. So, have you thought about the money? Calm down, Mom. Let me check something more important. Oh, come on. Don't give me any more trouble, okay? What is it? You love Anne unconditionally, right? She's my daughter, so it's just obvious. What's the point of talking about it now? You should think about that yourself. Why don't we just get straight to the point? I don't have enough patience to play around with you. Well then, let me ask you something. Why did you decide to leave Dad? Tell me the real reason. Because he was seeing someone else. You made him do that, didn't you? I was Daddy's little girl. Dad was worried about me and always defended me. So that's why you were angry about that, right? You only care about Anne. That's not true. Your father cheated on me. It wasn't my fault. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about money now, right? I told you, I can't pay you $36,000. If you're talking about paying as much as I can, I might consider it. I see. So that's your attitude towards your own sister. I'm just being realistic. That's enough. Talking to you with your cheap salary makes me feel poor and depressed. Hey, that's quite rude. What's wrong with receiving a low income? I was going to keep it a secret from Anne's husband and surprise him, but I had no choice. I'm going to get the money from Dave himself. Dave? Are you talking about Anne's rich husband? Hey, what are you trying to do involving a lot of people? Even you are still working now, right? Mom, where are you? What's going on? Are you out somewhere? Why don't you just go wherever you want? I'm at Anne's place right now. You should have said those things earlier. I'm not a child. Do I have to report every single time? I'll be careful next time. If you don't stay home, I'll worry about you. Do you want to eat when I get home? Do you want me to cook for you? Don't worry. I don't think I'll ever go back to that house again. What? You mean you're going to live with Anne and her husband? That's right. Are you surprised? Okay then. I have to change the owner's name of the house, so help me with the documents. Oh, you're not mad at me today, are you? Well, I wanted to live alone. It's actually more convenient. I'm not changing the owner's name of our house. Are you going to keep paying for the utilities and mortgage? I'm putting the house on the market. No kidding. I'm still living here. Oh, I forgot. Well, that's what I'm talking about. So, find a place to live quickly before you get kicked out. Can you let me live with you at Anne's house too? You want to live alone, right? Living with your sister while being jealous of her is not a good idea. You're right. You just put the house on the market without even having a discussion with me. I'm really glad I didn't give Anne the money. Yeah, you can say what you want to say. You're always useless. I got Dave to pay for it. Okay, that's good to know. Right? If you have money, you can easily take care of your parents like what Anne did to me. Is that so? Why did you and Anne suddenly start living together? Of course, it's because Anne said that she wanted to live with me. She wants to live with you, but she doesn't want to live with me? That's not true. You have to do something on your own. Don't bother Anne anymore. Then you didn't have to put the house on the market. I'll make money if I sell the house. Didn't you ever think that I would continue to live there? You, with your cheap salary? I don't think you can afford to pay since you were splitting the bills for gas, water, and electricity with me. If you think I'm that poor, why are you trying to kick me out of this house? Please, just let me talk to Anne. She's there, isn't she? There's something I want to talk to her about. Stop fighting with your sister. It's disgraceful. Anne has already gone to bed. Well then, can you tell her to call me back later? If you have a message for her, go ahead. Are you going to complain to her in person? That won't be necessary. Then what? What do you want to talk about? You don't know? Then we need to talk about it. What? What are you talking about? Well, good night. Hey, wait a minute. I have good news, Samantha. You know what? You can come over. Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, you can come and live with me at Anne's house. What's going on all of a sudden? You want to live together, right? Fine. No, that's not what I meant. You said you wanted to live there the other day, right? I was about to be kicked out of my house, but I also said that I want to live alone, didn't I? That's why I'm saying that I'm gonna give you the house. I don't believe you. You should, Samantha. I changed my mind. It's what you wanted, right? Why don't you just take it? Well, could you please change the name of the owner then? What? Your family? You can't be a stranger to me. I've worked so hard for you. We're all set here. The process will be quick. I got it. I'll come over there and talk to you, and then we'll decide if I'll take the house or not. What? You're not taking it? Why should I? You kicked me out of the house, so I'm already living somewhere else. Oh, you're right. I'll be waiting for you. Also, it's going to cost a lot of money to change the owner's name of the house, so please transfer the money to this account. So, what are you going to do? Oh, I've been thinking about it, but I don't want the house. What? Why not? The house isn't worth much, and it's far from my office. It's an inconvenient place. I don't want it. Did you just say that it's not worth it? That can't be true. I don't want it, so where are you going to live if you give up this house? I already have another house lined up. Another house? You must be very rich. Well, Dave has money. By the way, how much did that new house cost? Why do you ask that? How much was it? What's the use of asking that? I'm just curious about that. By the way, what about the present you gave Anne? What did you give her? I gave her a trip abroad. Where to? I didn't ask Anne further about that. You didn't go with her? Of course not. If I had, it would have ruined her time together with Dave as a married couple. Do you really think they went on that trip? What do you mean? You don't know anything about Dave. He doesn't speak French and he doesn't work for a French company and receives 6 figures monthly salary. It's all a lie. Nowadays, if you have special skills or a sense of style, you can make that much, right? You can work even if you don't speak any foreign languages. Special ability and sense. You don't know about Dave's hidden ability, do you? It doesn't seem to be a genuine sense anyway. Stop saying things that don't make sense. Are you telling me that Dave is lying? Actually, he's paying me a lot of money. That's the proof that he earns money. Are you telling me that I'm just jealous of Dave, Mom? Oh, come on. Who would be jealous of someone who doesn't make a real living? By the way, I haven't heard from Anne yet. She doesn't want to talk to you. Tell her to contact me now, please. Samantha, I need a little help here. How many times do I have to tell you not to call me at work, Mom? Something really serious happened this time. Dave was arrested. I know that. What? You knew about this? Yes, of course. Why didn't you tell me? You didn't even listen to me, did you? Do you have any idea how many times I have tried to tell you? How many times did I ask you to let me talk to Anne? I know, but I'm sorry, but I'm busy with work. Hold on a sec. I need your help, Samantha. Why didn't you pick up the call? I'm at work and I was too busy to pick up the call. Your work is nothing compared to what's happening right now. Then this conversation is over. Bye. Wait! What is it already? I don't want to talk to someone I can't have a conversation with. It's a conversation that concerns you too. You're an accomplice too. What are you talking about? You bought that house, didn't you? I didn't buy the house. No, you did. You bought it. No way. I filed it in your name. You can't do that. Yes, you can. You know what? I imitated your sign. You shouldn't underestimate me since I'm quite smart. Are you serious? What do you mean by that? I've changed my sign, of course. Those you saw in the past documents were my old ones. Oh, no. You're a criminal since you imitated my sign and submitted documents without my permission. Do something about it! I can't help you. It's your own fault. I'm sorry, but you're on your own. I think I should just let Anne take care of you. What about Anne? She'll be in trouble, right? Don't you know? Anne was just playing the good girl and hasn't told you the truth. Poor you. Tell me quickly! Anne has been in debt for a long time. What's that? You didn't know that? Your pretty Anne is not rich or anything. She was repeatedly in debt and squandered all her money on herself. But that's okay, right? She's your pretty and kind girl, isn't she? No! That can't be true! Besides, Dave is rich. There's no way she can get into debt. Well, I don't know about that. Rich, huh? What's important is that Anne helped Dave to cover it up. Anne was involved in the crime? Don't you know this too? I knew nothing about that. Are you okay? You really don't know anything, do you? How do you know everything in the first place? You yourself were on the scam with Dave, weren't you? Tell the truth. You were just trying to put Anne at fault. Oh, so it's a scam? I never said anything about the scam, did I? Only that it's a cover-up. What? Was Dave arrested for fraud? You know more about it than I do. All I know is that there are reports of a few people caught in an investment scam. I didn't know that Dave was involved. That's news to me. Could it be? You were calling me an accomplice earlier. Don't say that so often. Well, that can't be true. Well, the truth will come out soon. Who do you think you are, talking to me like you know what you're talking about? All you have to do is one thing. Save me! Thank you for the information that only those who have been involved with the crime know. I'll put all of it on the internet. Huh? What are you talking about? The internet? Why? What for? I've shown you before, haven't I? My articles? The picture of the house I was almost forced to buy. It looked so beautiful, didn't it? I didn't know that you wrote that article. I wrote that one. Didn't I tell you that being an online news writer was my side job? The house that Dave built with the money he got from the scam, and you who tried to push such a thing on him? A criminal family, aren't you? Well, did you protect the wrong person? Or are you in the same hole? There are more, aren't there? Stop it! Don't say anything more. All right, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I apologize. Don't write any more articles. Maybe I should consider about that, but I can't guarantee that I won't write it. Don't be so mean. Well, even if I don't write it, someone else will surely write it because it's an interesting story. Oh no, I'm a victim too. At first, I was deceived by Dave too. He took my membership fee and stuff, and I knew it was him because I recognized the account number to which the money was transferred. Is that what you meant by the $36,000 at that time? That's right. They exploited me because I didn't have any money. I'm a victim too. Don't you feel sorry for me? Not at all. That is no reason to be a part of a scam. Can't you do something about it? What do you think? Why don't you talk to your own people? I have nothing to do with it, so what will be, right? Well, let's see if it ends up as a rumor. After that, various truths came to light. Anne was found out to have been using Dave's money and to have been covering up for Dave. Mom was also found out to have condoned Dave's fraud and to have tried to frame me, so both of them were arrested. I ended up putting the details of this one case online as a family member of the parties involved and got a huge buzz. I was pleasantly surprised at the extra income I received. The response was so great that I decided to draw a sequel, and I will continue to write about their future in an interesting way from a distance. This is what they must pay for what they have done to me.
Kevin, are you still working? Call me as soon as possible.
Sorry, Missy. I was working late. I just couldn't get away, so it took me a while to get back to you. What's wrong?
Kevin, my mother suddenly collapsed.
What?
I rushed her to the hospital, but she's already unconscious. She's in critical condition. Kevin, what should I do?
Wait a minute. Missy, calm down. Maybe she will recover, right? You have to stay strong.
Yes, I know.
It's going to take me a little longer, but I'll come to the hospital as soon as I'm done. Can you hang in there until then?
Yeah, I'll just have to hang in there. My dad's with me, but he's too shocked to say anything.
I'm sure he is. He must be even more shocked than you are. You just make sure you're there for your dad as well, okay?
Okay. I want you to come as soon as possible.
Okay. I'll finish as soon as I can.
Kevin, about the schedule for my mother's funeral?
I heard from your father. I heard it's going to be delayed due to some scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, it sounds like there are many reservations, so it can't be helped.
Maybe it means that you're supposed to talk to your mother a lot before the funeral.
Maybe so. I'm going to talk to my mom as much as I can until the wake.
I think that's good. We should make sure she doesn't get lonely.
Yeah.
So, since that means there is some time before the wake, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go finish up some work I left behind.
What? At a time like this? You have work left to do?
Yeah, well, that day, I couldn't seem to finish, so I just threw it all away and went to the hospital.
But since it's your mother-in-law, aren't you supposed to be on bereavement leave? Can't you get a support during this kind of occasion? Can't you ask someone else to do it?
Well, I suppose I can if I ask someone. I'm just worried because I haven't been able to explain about the job to anyone. That's why I'm going to stay up all night tonight to finish it up.
All night?
I mean, you can't leave your work for a wake or a funeral, can you? That's why I want to get it done before the wake.
Okay. I'm sorry you're going through such a hard time.
Don't worry about me. I want to see your mother off properly. I'll make sure it's done by tomorrow. I'm sorry I can't do anything for you until then.
No, I'm almost done. We're just waiting for the wake. Don't worry, my father's here and my relatives are too. But I don't think you're sleeping much, so please take care of yourself.
Okay, thanks.
Hey! It's been a while. I'm Brittany. I wonder if you remember me? Brittany? We were in junior high school together. Oh yes, you remember me. I'm so happy. What's going on all of a sudden? What's the occasion? What's the occasion? Can't I drop you a text message if I don't have anything special? I just wanted to know how you were doing these days. No, it's not that. I'm really busy right now. I don't have time to text. I'll text you when I get settled. Oh, that's cold. Don't be like that. Just tell me. Who do you think I'm with right now? I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm really busy. I'll get back to you later. I know your husband. It's Kevin, right? Yes, but why? Because he's the one I'm with right now. That can't be. He's working on an urgent job at the office right now. He's been working all night. What? You don't believe me? Then let me send you a picture I just took. Well, we're on a spa trip today. We're talking about getting married soon. Marriage? You know he's married, right? I know that. That's why I want you to divorce him. That's why I'm texting you now. Huh? What do you mean? Don't you think a woman like you is a waste to Kevin, who works for a well-known company? What do you mean? Your parents were at the bottom of the pile, and you yourself didn't get a great job. So to marry Kevin, who works for a famous company, is just too brazen for you. My parents are both bank executives. We have a perfect family history, and there's nothing to be ashamed of by marrying him. What do you mean ashamed? Besides, my parents aren't at the bottom of the pile. I won't allow you to talk like that. But you know what? That's what Kevin said too. What? Your family is poor, so you were blinded by his profession and allowed you to marry him. Well, he thought it would be convenient because he would have the upper hand, and he could treat her like a housekeeper. That's why he married you. That's terrible. Did he really say that? There's no reason for me to lie, is there? It's a lie. You made that up, didn't you? If you think I'm lying, I'll send you proof. I have a record of text messages with him. No, thank you. Now is not the time for this. I see. Then you can wait a little bit. In the meantime, I'll send you more and more pictures of evidence. We're not in any financial trouble at our house, so you can ask me for alimony or whatever you want. And you and Kevin will be divorced in a few days.
Missy, is everything okay? I got all my work done. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you when you were going through a tough time. But now, I can see your mother off in peace.
Is that so?
Missy, are you mad at me? Because I snuck out of the ceremony to finish the work?
No.
No? Did something happen?
Something did happen.
What?
There's still time before the wake. You sneaking out doesn't change anything.
Well, anyway, I'm heading there in a little while. I'm starving after all this work, so I'll get some fast food and I'm on my way.
It won't make any difference whether you're here or not.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, I'll be there in a few. Hey, Missy, what do you mean we are getting divorced during your mother's funeral?
It's exactly how it sounds.
Why would we get divorced in the middle of a funeral? What did I do? You embarrassed me in front of everyone.
You know that better than anyone. Take responsibility for your own actions.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
How brazen are you? Why don't you ask her?
What? Ask who? What are you talking about?
Brittany. You know her, don't you?
How did you know her?
The day you said you had to stay up all night for work and left the ceremony, she politely sent me a text message.
What message?
She said you were going on a spa trip with her, saying you were going to work.
How did she?
She told me all about it, and she sent pictures of you two having fun.
What?
How could you go on a spa trip when your wife's mother passed away? It's no wonder to get a divorce.
Well, she insisted on going. She was too insistent.
Besides, you said my parents are on the bottom and I don't have a good job. And I married you because you thought you could use me as a housekeeper in the future.
What? How did you know?
Of course. Brittany told me. Why would I stay married to someone like you? My mother wouldn't be happy either.
Where's the picture evidence?
Huh? You and Brittany were talking about that on WhatsApp, right? I received dozens of your conversations.
Huh? What the heck is that? That could be a fake picture, don't you think? Divorce during a funeral when the facts aren't so clear? That's inappropriate, don't you think?
Inappropriate? Who do you think you are? You went on a spa trip with your cheating girlfriend right after my mother passed away. I'm so dumbfounded, I don't even have a word for it.
That's...
Besides, I have to inform my mother about my divorce. It was my father who told me to do it during the funeral.
Huh? Your father knows about this?
Yes, my father actually met Brittany.
Yeah? Why is that?
I kept getting text messages from her asking me to divorce you, but I was too busy during the wake and the funeral, so I let it slide. Then she said she couldn't reach you either. She came up to the entrance of the ceremony this morning.
You're kidding, right? Why didn't you tell me?
If I told you, it would have been even more disaster. My father saw the look on her face when she turned bloodthirsty, and he knew.
What?
My father is usually quiet, but he has a good instinct for that kind of thing. So he called me instead of you, and the three of us talked it over. She confessed everything.
No way.
Of course, my father was furious. Why wouldn't he? Because right after his own wife passed away, his son-in-law went on a spa trip with his unfaithful girlfriend.
Seriously?
So my father told about your affair in front of all the relatives.
What? Are you saying that all the relatives knew about it?
Yes, they do. So before you were humiliated, the relatives already knew about it.
So, that's why I felt everyone's suspicious gaze. Oh my God.
And then my father said he had to report it to my mother too. So we decided to get a divorce during the funeral. And my mother would have to witness the whole divorce process.
Oh no. So, when did you get the divorce papers? Your information was already filled out. Have you been planning to do that for a while?
Yeah, the divorce papers? Brittany brought them to me when she came over. She was in such a hurry to get us divorced. Well, I'm glad she saved me some time.
You know, all that extra work, but I'm pretty sure I didn't tell her that your mother passed away. How did she know about this place?
She said she called your office.
What? My office? Why?
Because she couldn't reach you. Maybe she thought she could talk to you if she called the company.
Huh?
She even got the location of the funeral home. I bet that's all over the news at your company by now.
No way. If the company finds out about this, I won't be able to go to work, will I?
I don't care what they say about you. It's your own fault, isn't it? She's always been a lady. She never tried to do anything for herself because her family is rich. She was always using someone else to get things done. I guess that didn't change when she grew up.
What?
They say she never worked a day in her life after college.
Is that true?
You didn't know that?
Well, I guess she never told me she had a job, but...
That's why she doesn't have common sense at all. I think she called your company to say whatever she wanted to say, or ask whatever she wanted to ask.
Oh no. I think we're done.
I have nothing to do with what happened with Brittany. Anyway, please fill in your name on the divorce papers right away and submit them to the city office. I'll file a claim for alimony through my lawyer later.
Oh no.
I won't relent because my father and all my relatives have told me to be thorough. Missy, may I have a word? Yes, what is it? Listen, about the alimony, can we agree that it's not going to happen this time? There's no way I'd do that. You were repeatedly unfaithful to other people's husband, and you even politely demanded a divorce and sent me proof of it. I'm so grateful that the date matches perfectly. Oh, was it? I had just lost my mother. Have you ever thought about how people feel? Well, I didn't know that your mother had passed away, so you can't blame me for that. But it doesn't change the fact that you were repeatedly unfaithful to other people's husband. The dates show that it's been almost 2 years. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I won't do anything like that anymore. How can I forgive you? The reason I decided to divorce Kevin was because of the pictures of evidence you sent me. Your parents told you they wouldn't pay alimony, didn't they? I know. Huh? How do you know that? Your parents are very sensible. I explained the situation to them, and they said they were sorry. They apologized over and over again. They said they would make sure you understood the gravity of the situation, and they'll make you work and pay the alimony. Oh no! That's why I'm asking for no alimony. I can't work and pay my own way. I've never even been on a job. Your parents regretted so much. What? They said it was their fault that things turned out this way. That's not possible. This is not the time to say that you can't do it. You destroyed my family. You have to work because you're obligated to pay alimony. You should at least take responsibility for what you did. Hey, Missy, please. You've been my friend since middle school, right? Do something about it in light of our old friendship. I can't, and I've never considered you as my friend. What? Your parents are poor because they're on the bottom. You'll never have a good life. You used to make fun of me in front of my other friends, remember? That was a long time ago. It was a youthful indiscretion. Don't be ridiculous. You had the same talk with Kevin, didn't you? That's also what he said. I will never forgive you or Kevin. I will make sure that you pay the alimony. Bye. Oh wait, Missy!
Missy, please, would you reconsider divorcing me?
Huh? What are you talking about now? Didn't you already file the divorce papers? It's too late.
As long as you're willing to get married again, we can file the marriage papers. Then we can go back to the way we were. I think this time we can be a true married couple.
Huh? Who do you think you are? You're truly disgusting. I'm not going to live with you.
Why not?
You can't live with someone who was on a spa trip with his unfaithful lover when his wife's mother just passed away. Besides, you made fun of my parents, didn't you? And me, of course.
What are you talking about? I didn't make fun of...
Don't be silly. Brittany told me everything. You said my parents are on the bottom and I don't have a good job, and I could be treated like a housekeeper in the future. She said that's what you told her.
That's not... I didn't say that. That's what she said on her own. She's delusional. Missy, you have to believe me.
I'll tell you something. My parents were never bottom feeders. You thought so because my father and mother ran a small restaurant.
No.
That's the main restaurant. My father is the owner of 5 other restaurants.
Owner?
You've never listened to a word I said, have you? You're unbelievable. My parents are people who love to work. They worked at the restaurant on a regular basis because it wasn't in their nature to just be the boss. They said they could learn a lot by interacting directly with customers.
I didn't realize that.
So I went to college to study food and nutrition to help my parents. I was going to be a nutritionist and help my parents in the future.
Is that true? So you're going to take over the restaurant eventually?
I haven't thought that far ahead since my father is still working. Now that my mother is gone, I'll have to seriously think about it.
Missy, actually, I quit my job. The whole company heard that I got divorced because of what happened with Brittany. My boss blamed me for having an affair before my wife's funeral. I was so isolated that I decided to leave the company on my own.
Is that so? Well, I guess that's to be expected. I guess it was for the best because a well-known and prestigious company wouldn't want such a dishonest employee.
That's why I'm unemployed now.
So?
I'm going to have trouble to make a living. I asked my parents for help, but they kicked me out because of what happened.
And your parents attended my mother's funeral. Well, I guess it's only natural. They apologized with tears in their eyes and left. I can't forget the look on their faces. I'm so sorry.
If that's how you feel, then you and I will start over again. I think we will make the best couple this time.
How selfish can you be? People's feelings aren't that simple. It's disgusting that you can't see that even after all this, you still don't understand. In the end, you only think about yourself. Who would start over with someone like you? Don't play with me.
Missy, don't be so cold. We've lived together as husband and wife, right?
That's right, and you betrayed me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for everything I've done, so please forgive me.
If you feel like apologizing, then don't say no more and get away from me.
Huh?
I don't even want to look at you. I don't even want to hear your voice. Don't ever appear in front of me again. I'll talk to my lawyer about my future.
Oh no, Missy. Don't talk so cold to me. What am I supposed to do now?
After that, I filed a formal complaint for alimony against Kevin and Brittany. Brittany's parents threw her out of the house, and she was forced to work. However, she kept getting fired because she was useless everywhere she went. She started working at night to earn money. Kevin's parents paid the alimony in one lump sum. I have nothing to do with this, but I would like him to repay his parents on his own. He received cold stares from the company's employees. He developed a phobia of humans due to the constant whispering and gossiping. He is now living quietly in a shabby apartment while holding down a day job. How they live is no longer my concern. I feel that my mother may have sanctioned them. I went back to my parents' house to help my father with his business. We are now discussing the opening of a new restaurant. I don't have time to be sad. I am busy with my daily life.
My name is Matt. I was raised by a strict mother since childhood. I studied hard and always got excellent grades to meet my mom's expectations since she was a single parent. I graduated from a top university and got a job at a top company. From there, I worked hard and finally made it up to the manager's class. My mom, who has supported me all these years, had an unexpected car accident, hurt her leg, and needed nursing care. So she had to live with me. At that time, I got married. So me, Mom, and my wife Rachel started to live together. We're having roasted chicken tonight. Roasted chicken, that's my favorite dish. I thought so. What time are you coming home? If you're late, I'll eat first. Your mother needs to go to bed early. It's bad for her if she's up late, right? Well, maybe around 8. You can have Mom eat first. What about you, Rachel? I don't want to eat with her. It's not fun to talk with her. I'll eat with you. I'll be starving, so come home early. Okay, I'll try my best. It's not that I'm asking you guys to be close, but when I'm not around, look after Mom. I know it's hard for her to do it by herself. It's your job. If she needs help, hire a caregiver. I can't help her. We can't afford it. You don't have to do anything. But talk with her or at least be careful from accidents. I know. Thank you. I'll be home as soon as I can. Things were going well with me like this. But I guess she didn't like the idea of living with her mother-in-law after we just got married. She didn't seem to have a good impression of my mom, but there was no problem with her, so I didn't mind. Sorry, I have to work late again today. I can't finish my work. Maybe I'll stay overnight at my coworker's place. He lives near the office. Is that okay? I don't think that's a good idea. It's disturbing. Can't you catch the last train? You won't be home today? Yeah, I'm sorry. I probably won't make it. I thought about taking a cab, but he told me to stay at his place. I have to get back to work early tomorrow, so I'll probably stay there. So you can sleep whenever you want, okay? That's fine, but wait a minute. What happens if your mother wants to go to the bathroom? I don't want to get up if she calls me in the middle of the night. I mean, it's so dirty. I can't do it. I can't. No way. I'm sorry, Rachel, but can I ask you to do it? I'm too busy with work too. I can't do everything. Even if you ask me to do it, I can't. Why should I take care of her? I won't. I'm not her blood relative, so why should I? Please, I really can't take care of her today. You know she can't go to the bathroom by herself at night, but she can't stand it. Then she can wear a diaper, right? Adult diapers, there you go. She's a grown-up. She should take care of herself. How long is she gonna keep you near her? Plus, she's making a wife take care of her. You don't have to be so rude. Then I'll take a cab home. I'll take care of her. I'm going back to work now. I've been working a lot overtime lately. I feel bad that I'm coming home late and late every day, but I'm exhausted. Even though I'm tired, Rachel didn't take care of her. I didn't feel good about it. Of course, she's my own mother, and I was going to take care of her myself. But I felt a little angry because it felt like she was making fun of all of the people who need care. I want to talk to you about something today. I'll be working overtime from tomorrow, so I'm planning to tell you today. What do you want to talk about? Don't say at the last minute, I'm going out tonight. You said you weren't working late, so I made plans. What? You're going out? You didn't tell me. Do I have to tell you? When you get home, you're with your mother all the time. It doesn't matter if I'm not there. I need a break. So I'm busy today. If there's something going on, can't you tell me now? It's your lunch break, right? You want me to text you about that? It's pretty important. Why not text? I have things to do too, so hurry up. Okay, fine. I heard you're making Mom clean the house. Can't you see she needs care? You can't force her to work too hard. What if it gets any worse? Her brain is normal, so she'll be fine. She can at least clean even though her legs are bad. Look, wouldn't it be better for her to exercise than to stay calm? She can wash dishes and cook if she uses the counter chair. Those chairs are tall, right? How can you be so ruthless? You should take better care of her. You can do the housework too. Why do you keep putting it on her? Wait a minute. Who lives in the house? You earn the money. Then what about me and your mother? Why do you have to do all the housework? Shouldn't your mother do it too? I don't make her do everything. We share the work. She can't just eat and sleep for free. Can't you see that she needs care? I feel bad for you, Rachel. That's why I buy you what you want and give you allowance. That's not the problem. The problem is how she lives. I just don't like when she doesn't do anything at home. Then do you want me to make her stay in her room? Would that be better? What about laundry? What about the dishes? You want me to do it? You're not solving the problem. I'll do Mom's part. You can leave them. Now, okay? I don't want you to make her do anything anymore. I don't want to push her. I won't complain if you do them. I'll leave them then. I didn't expect Rachel to have this kind of feeling towards my mom. I was honestly surprised because I never imagined. But I guess it can't be helped. I work overtime every day and can't help Rachel. And even if I could go home early, all I do is to take care of my mom. I guess a wife and mother-in-law are like oil and water. I regretted myself and decided to go on a trip somewhere after the busy season. Good news! I'm coming home a little early today. Actually, I'm planning something. I'll tell you when I get home. Don't be surprised, okay? Oh, what is it? Tell me now. You have to take care of your mother again. You'll be busy, right? Actually, I'm planning a family vacation. Maybe next month we can go to Hawaii. Really? What's up all of a sudden? It's not as sudden. I just want to have fun together once in a while. Maybe that's a good idea. Well, let's talk about it again when you're less busy. Yay, I'm excited. Me too. Rachel seemed to be happy about it. I was happy that we could finally get our marriage back on track. And I quickly finished work that day and went home. It had been a while since I had a face-to-face talk with Rachel. I went to work the next day in a good mood, and then I got a call from my boss. I'm sorry, Matt, but you're going on a business trip next month. I'll send you the details by email. Business trip? Maybe for a week. I know you were planning for a family trip. I'm sorry. Family trip? What are you talking about? Did I tell you? No, it's just a guess. A guess that you're going on a trip, ha ha ha. You know it's a vacation season. You were free next month, so I thought maybe you're going on a family vacation. Isn't that what everyone does? Right. But if it's a business trip, it can't be helped. I wondered why my boss mentioned about family trip, but I was more worried about my mom. Would she be able to stay home alone with Rachel during the business trip? But I had to go on a business trip. I had no choice but to try to persuade her. Actually, I'm busy at work, and I'll be late again today. And there's one thing I hate to say, but I have to tell you. What's wrong? I've got a sudden business trip next month. Oh, that's too bad. Let's go on a trip next time. And I was wondering if you could take care of my mom during that time. I'm really sorry, but you're the only one I can count on. I can't do anything while I'm on a business trip. I understand. I'll take care of her while you're away. Really? That's my honey. That helps a lot. Thank you. I was quite happy that she accepted my offer so easily. But I felt strange. She hated her so much, but she accepted so easily. But I didn't have time to think about it. And the day of the business trip came in no time. I went on a business trip. I'm gonna have dinner with your mother. I'm doing great, right? Thanks for taking care of my mom. I'm glad you're kind of enjoying. I'm sorry for leaving it to you. I'm gonna buy you some souvenirs, so please wait for me. I received a picture with my mom and Rachel for a week like this, so I was able to concentrate on my work. I was relieved that she was doing well. When I got home, I thanked Rachel and gave her a souvenir. We talked for a while since she was in a good mood, and then I went to see my mom. Rachel said she was going to bed. I was planning to talk to my mom for a while, but she told me an unexpected fact. I never thought that such a thing was possible. To confirm the truth, I decided to wait until the next daytime by being nervous. What are you doing? What do you mean? I'm at home. I don't have anywhere else to go. Are you sure? You think I'm lying? Well, what's going on all of a sudden? You're at home? Yeah, it may be true, but it's my boss's home, right? Huh? What are you talking about? Don't say something impossible. You're cheating on me. You don't have to hide it anymore. And you've been cheating on me all the time while I was away. You even promised to meet him at his house at this time today. You two are so gross. Hey, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying, right? I know all about your affairs. I'm not cheating on you. Oh well, if you're insisting like that, why don't you send me a picture of where you are right now? Fine, you're so skeptical. You're so prepared. I didn't expect you to have prepared all this. Wow. Then what's this? Real-time footage of our house. What the hell is this? It's a robot that watches over you. You don't know? I bought it because you wouldn't take care of Mom. It takes pictures from the robot's eyes. And by the way, it's got great audio. This is voyeurism. It's an invasion of privacy. I bought it for Mom. I didn't expect I'd know something more. And it just happened that I caught you cheating. You didn't think I'd find out, did you? I work late a lot, so. If you could meet him at home, you'd have an alibi. You could have cheated on me all you wanted. I thought it was strange, because you hated Mom, but you accepted to take care of her so easily. And my boss mentioned about the family vacation even though I didn't tell him. It's not my fault. He asked me to stay with him. I couldn't say no. It's true. I'm sorry. You don't know how long that robot has been there? 6 months ago. The affair started 3 months ago, right? It's all recorded. You called him from your side every day, huh? That guy asked you out? You were talking in a very good mood. By the way, my mom told me all this. I don't know if you underestimated her because she needed care, but she only has bad legs. Everything else is fine. And yet, if you were cheating on me at home every day, I'd find out. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I missed you. I won't do it again. Forgive me. I only have you. Getting divorced. I've made up my mind. I don't want to be with you anymore. And by the way, there will be punitive damages since you harassed her. Be prepared. I won't back down. Wait a minute. I don't have the money for that. I don't work. You know that. How am I going to pay for it? Why don't you get your partner pay for it? I'm sure he's a very well-paid executive, so why don't you discuss that with him? Rachel was saying something more, but I stopped talking to her. While she was gone, I had a moving company move all our belongings. She kept calling me during that time, but I ignored all of them. After that, I filed a claim for punitive damages through a lawyer. And as a final touch, I sent photos of the affair to all the employees' computers in the company. The rumors spread all over, and all the women hated the boss. Of course, he was relegated because of the affair, and his annual salary dropped drastically. By the way, it seems that they got married right after my divorce was finalized, and they are now busy paying the punitive damages together. I'm glad we got divorced. I guess the person who lives life wisely wins.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!